INFJs and identity crisis. INFJs are often celebrated for their deep introspection, emotional intelligence, and ability to understand others on a profound level. But beneath these powerful traits lies a struggle many INFJs face, an identity crisis. Due to their intense empathy, constant self-reflection, and adaptability to external environments, INFJs can sometimes lose touch with their true selves. If you're an INFJ who feels disconnected or uncertain about who you are, you're not alone. In this video, we'll explore the key signs that indicate an INFJ is experiencing an identity crisis, uncover the root causes of these challenges, and provide actionable steps to help you reconnect with your authentic self. Whether you're navigating this struggle or simply curious about the INFJ experience, this guide will shed light on how to regain clarity and self-awareness. 1. They constantly feel like a chameleon. INFJs are naturally gifted empaths, meaning they absorb and reflect the emotions and energy of those around them. This ability makes them highly adaptable, often shifting their personality to meet the needs of different environments and social settings. While they can excel at connecting with diverse people, they often end up questioning who they truly are when they're alone. Their identity can feel fragmented, as if they are wearing many different masks. An INFJ may find themselves being outgoing and energized with extroverted friends, intellectual and serious with thinkers, and quiet and reserved around more dominant or forceful personalities. Each scenario requires a slight change in persona, but over time, they may wonder, who am I really? This constant shifting leaves INFJs feeling as though they've lost their sense of self, becoming a chameleon instead of a person with a consistent identity. The emotional toll of constantly adapting can lead to deep feelings of isolation or confusion. It's as if they've become so good at being who others need them to be that they've forgotten who they truly are. INFJs can start journaling their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in different situations. Over time, they can look for recurring patterns that reflect their core personality, helping them understand which traits feel truly authentic. Engaging in self-reflection can help them reconnect with the parts of themselves that are constant and true, no matter the situation. 2. They struggle to separate their own feelings from others. As natural empaths, INFJs have an almost uncanny ability to feel what others are feeling. While this makes them compassionate and insightful, it can lead to confusion between their own emotions and those of the people around them. They often absorb others' emotional states without realizing it, which can cloud their judgment and lead to a sense of being disconnected from their true feelings. An INFJ might find themselves pursuing a career path that doesn't truly excite them, simply because they've internalized someone else's vision for their life, such as a parent's dream for them or society's expectations of success. They may later realize they don't actually enjoy what they're doing, but they're so caught up in other people's desires that they lose sight of their own. This emotional blurring can lead to resentment, burnout, and confusion. The INFJ may feel stuck in a life that isn't theirs, but the challenge lies in untangling their true desires from the expectations they've absorbed. Over time, this can create an internal struggle where they feel like a puppet, living out someone else's dreams instead of their own. INFJs can practice mindfulness to help distinguish their emotions from those of others. When feeling overwhelmed, they can pause and ask themselves, is this emotion truly mine, or am I picking it up from someone else? This simple but powerful question can create space for self-awareness, allowing INFJs to realign with their own feelings and desires. 3. The fear of becoming someone they're not. INFJs often experience a deep-seated fear that they might lose themselves in the process of adapting to the world around them. This fear is not just about being misunderstood or judged, it's about a profound concern that their authenticity might slip away, bit by bit. This fear is tied to their core values. They don't just want to fit in, they want to remain true to their internal compass. For the INFJ, losing touch with their essence can feel like a personal betrayal. An INFJ might join a new job or social group with high hopes of connecting but slowly begin to adapt to the group's expectations or toxic behaviors to avoid rejection. Over time, they notice themselves becoming more like the people they once felt disconnected from. They feel like they've compromised their values, and the guilt of not being themselves starts to weigh on them. The identity crisis here is a result of being pulled in two directions, staying true to their core or fitting in for the sake of belonging. INFJs can benefit from establishing clear personal boundaries and regularly checking in with themselves about whether their actions and decisions align with their values. A regular self-reflection practice, like journaling or mindfulness, can help them reconnect with their authentic self and prevent the erosion of their identity. 4. The struggle with self-compassion and guilt. INFJs are often their harshest critics. This tendency can be amplified during identity crises when they feel they aren't living up to their potential or have lost their way. They may feel guilty for not living up to their own standards or expectations, and that guilt can spiral into self-blame. The struggle with self-compassion often leads them to question their worth and whether they are truly living their best life. An INFJ might look at their peers, who seem to be thriving, both personally and professionally, and wonder why they can't seem to get it right. Their self-critical voice might tell them they're failing, not because they are, but because their journey doesn't look like everyone else's. They may experience guilt over not being more outgoing or assertive, feeling as if they're disappointing others or not fulfilling their potential. INFJs need to practice self-compassion and embrace the idea that their journey is uniquely their own. Learning to speak kindly to themselves, as they would to a close friend, can help them build resilience against the guilt that often arises during identity crises. Seeking out therapy or support groups with others who understand their struggles can also create a space for them to be gentle with themselves. 5. The paradox of being both alone and lonely. INFJs often experience the paradox of being deeply connected to their inner world, yet feeling isolated from others. Their rich inner life can make them feel like they have everything they need within themselves, but when they experience an identity crisis, they might also feel a deep sense of loneliness. They crave connection but often struggle to find people who truly understand them. This sense of isolation can heighten their sense of confusion and despair during times of self-doubt. An INFJ might spend time in solitude, seeking peace and clarity, but during moments of reflection, they feel a pang of loneliness because they yearn for deeper, more authentic connections. They might look around and see others in relationships or thriving in social circles, feeling disconnected from the very thing they desire most, understanding and genuine companionship. INFJs should seek out relationships and communities that embrace and celebrate their uniqueness. They might need to accept that not everyone will fully understand them, but that doesn't mean they are alone in their experience. Forming bonds with like-minded individuals who value depth and authenticity can help them feel more grounded. Additionally, INFJs can work on embracing their aloneness as a source of strength, focusing on the ways solitude enriches their creativity and personal growth. 6. They seek external validation to confirm their identity. Due to their natural sensitivity and introspective nature, INFJs sometimes seek external validation to confirm their choices, beliefs, and sense of self-worth. While they have strong inner values, they may still look to others for reassurance, especially when they feel uncertain about their identity or place in the world. This validation seeking can lead to disappointment when it's not forthcoming, as they often feel misunderstood or unseen by others. An INFJ may post an insightful, introspective thought on social media, hoping for validation or acknowledgement from others. When the response is lackluster, they might feel disheartened and question whether their thoughts are worth sharing or if they're truly understood. The lack of validation can cause INFJs to feel more disconnected from themselves. They might internalize this lack of external feedback, spiraling into self-doubt. It's easy for them to question their own worth and wonder if they're simply too different or misunderstood to ever truly connect with others. INFJs can work on cultivating self-trust and confidence by engaging in regular self-reflection. Rather than relying on external feedback, they should seek validation from within by embracing self-acceptance exercises. Affirmations, meditation, and gratitude practices can help them reconnect with their inner worth. Additionally, they can remind themselves that not everyone will fully understand them, but their value is not contingent on others' opinions. 7. They feel like an outsider even among friends. Despite being highly adaptable and able to connect with people from all walks of life, INFJs often feel like outsiders, even among their closest friends. Their deep inner world and complex emotional landscape can create a sense of alienation, as they struggle to find people who truly understand them. They may engage in conversations and enjoy social activities, but there's often a lingering sense that they don't truly belong. An INFJ may attend a social gathering and participate in the conversation, but internally, they feel disconnected. While others seem to enjoy the superficial exchanges, the INFJ craves deeper, more meaningful connections that they often feel unable to find. This sense of being an outsider can lead to feelings of loneliness, even in the midst of a crowd. They may begin to question their own worth, wondering why they can't seem to feel fully at ease in social settings. The emotional disconnect between their internal world and external interactions can be painful, creating a persistent sense of longing for true understanding. INFJs can seek out friendships and communities that prioritize depth and authenticity. Connecting with like-minded individuals who value meaningful conversation can help them feel more understood and less isolated. It's important for INFJs to accept that not everyone will get them, but they can still find solace in a few truly supportive relationships. 8. They feel guilty for wanting more. INFJs have grand visions for their lives, often with a deep desire to make a meaningful impact on the world. However, they often feel guilty for desiring more than what society expects of them. This guilt arises from an internal conflict between their ambitions and their sense of gratitude for what they already have. They may have a stable job or a fulfilling relationship, but the desire for something more can feel selfish or ungrateful. An INFJ might have a stable job but feel unfulfilled. They dream of pursuing a more creative, purpose-driven career, yet they hesitate to take action because they feel guilty for wanting more. They might fear being perceived as ungrateful for the stability they already have. This internal conflict can create a cycle of guilt and stagnation. The INFJ may feel trapped between their aspirations and their fears of being selfish or unappreciative. The longer they suppress their desires, the more frustrated and unfulfilled they may become. INFJs can recognize that wanting more doesn't equate to ingratitude. It's a natural part of growth to strive for greater fulfillment. By creating a step-by-step plan for pursuing their goals while maintaining a sense of gratitude, they can bridge the gap between their current life and their future aspirations without feeling guilty for wanting more. 9. They struggle between conformity and authenticity. INFJs are often caught in the delicate balance between staying true to their authentic selves and conforming to societal expectations. Society has specific molds and norms, whether it's the traditional career path, social behaviors, or how one should act in relationships, and INFJs often feel the pressure to fit into these molds. While they understand the value of social harmony and meeting external expectations, they simultaneously resist being confined by them because doing so feels like a betrayal of their true essence. An INFJ might suppress their natural creative or spiritual interests in order to pursue a conventional career or lifestyle because they believe it's what's expected of them. They may downplay their desire for a more unconventional path, fearing judgment or misunderstanding from others. This internal struggle creates an emotional tug-of-war where the INFJ feels torn between two worlds, the world of authenticity and the world of societal norms. Over time, this suppression can lead to frustration, bitterness, and a sense of alienation, as if they're wearing a mask that doesn't quite fit. They may begin to feel like they're playing a role instead of living their truth, which can cause deep emotional dissatisfaction. INFJs can start small by expressing their authentic thoughts and feelings in safe spaces, such as with close friends or in their journal. Gradually, they can expand this authenticity into broader areas of their life. They should also make time for self-reflection to recognize when they're compromising too much in order to fit in. Developing a strong sense of self and prioritizing values over external validation can help them feel more aligned. 10. They constantly redefine their identity. INFJs are deeply introspective, often undergoing phases of self-exploration and transformation. While this is a healthy part of personal growth, they may feel the need to constantly redefine themselves, experimenting with different versions of their identity to see what truly resonates with them. These shifts can be exciting but also unsettling, as they struggle to maintain a sense of stability and continuity. One year, an INFJ might feel drawn to spiritual pursuits, seeking deeper meaning and connection with the universe. The next year, they may feel a strong pull toward career ambition, focusing on professional success and personal development. These shifts can feel like personal reinventions, leaving them wondering which version of themselves is the real one. While self-exploration is essential, constant reinvention can cause INFJs to feel like they're always chasing something elusive. They may begin to feel emotionally unstable or disconnected from their core values. The ongoing cycle of reinvention can lead to confusion, as they struggle to reconcile all the different versions of themselves that they have explored over time. INFJs should focus on the core values and beliefs that remain constant throughout their life, regardless of external changes. By understanding the foundation of their identity, such as their compassion, creativity, or desire for meaningful work, they can build a stronger sense of self that doesn't require constant reinvention. Exploring new interests and passions is important, but grounding themselves in their core identity can provide stability during periods of change. By diving into these points, INFJs can not only gain insight into the identity crises they face but also develop actionable strategies to navigate the challenges and emerge stronger. Understanding their inner world and knowing how to balance their desires with external realities can help them find peace in the midst of uncertainty. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.